I'm going to assume that every one of us, we've installed our Foundry. Okay, every one of us have installed our Foundry. If you have not installed your Foundry, for those persons that will be watching this video later, if you have not installed your Foundry, go to the group and um, look at the directions in the group. If you're still not satisfied, still having issues, um, drop a message on my DM or ask AI on how to go about it. Okay, you can use ChatGPT. Okay, for that. All right, and you'll be good. Okay, so this is your VS Code. All right, I after this class I will be dropping a link to VS Code crash course so that you can learn um everything you have to know about VS Code. Okay, but for the sake of this class, we'll just go through the basics and the fundamentals of what this VS Code is all about. So this VS Code is the environment that senior developers use for their developments. The big boys in the game, senior devs, this is the tool they use for development. Whether you are building um, whether you are building sidechain, you are building um, anything, Polygon, Arbitrum, name it. This is the tool they use in building this stuff. Okay, so we're going to be, from henceforth, we are going to be making use of the VS Code. All right. So now last time we talked about how to in our last recorded class we talked about funny contracts. We tested the contract, we deployed the contract, we tested the contract, and saw that the contract we are able to send, receive, um, fund our smart contracts. We're able to see the balance of funded funded amounts. We're able to see the amounts funded to our contracts. We're able to withdraw from our contracts. Okay, so um, still have issue with that, you can always go back to that class, the the series of the funny smart contract and get your hands on it. All right, so we have the files. Okay, so this is to create a new test file, a new file, new window. A new window will open a whole new VS Code like this for you. Okay, and then you can open file from your laptop system directory. You can open folder from the system directory. You can open a workspace file and the recent stuffs that have been opened. You can save and all that and all that and all that and all that. Okay, so edits, you can go through all these. And all right, so we'll not be talking about most of these guys today. All right, so let's just go straight to um let's have a smart contract here. Okay, so we said that for us to create a new project, we say forge init, use the word forge init. Okay, and this creates a new project for us. All right, so allow us create sorry, let's create a directory first. Sorry about that. Let's call this guy boundary simple storage. Okay. All right. So created our directory here. So we can now come and create a storage in it. Okay, let me use the
Mr. Samuel,
okay. So
Mr.
in
Samuel,
my hello, can you hear me?
I want to ask you something. Please, can you scroll up?
All right.
So you are in your desktop, right? That's your that
Yes.
this Foundry TEFEM is another directory inside the desktop.
Yes.
Okay. So the master, what was it for?
That's the directory you are working on now.
Why is my own not showing master?
Probably because you are the mistress. Okay, so I already have a directory on my desktop called simple storage. So that's why I'm having that error. So let me just go and fix it. Okay, so I'm coming to clear. I'll clear this guy and I'll run this code again. So all right, so we see that we don't have any error. So the reason why we don't have any error is because let's create our projects inside.
Mr. Samuel, my own is working on. So someone, are you saying anything?
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Have you guys been hearing me ever since?
No.
Oh, just you.
I just started hearing you now, but your mouth have been moving since, but I was not hearing you.
Me too.
Wow. Where did you guys stop? Let me go back to it again.
After the forge in it, that I think, I don't know why it wasn't working. That was where we stopped. But mine worked, sha.
Ah. Christabel, the same with you. Afolabi,
Yes,
the same with you.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ah, oh, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Okay, so we said that for you to create a new project, you um use the forge in it. All right. Mine did not work, okay, because of directory issue. So I use the force in it, all right, for the sake of this class. All right, so I use the force in it and then created this so that I can show us around.
Sarah, come
All
again. I
right.
didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Please indicate if you can hear me.
It's breaking,
Yes,
oh, it's
sir.
not really clear.
It's breaking.
I cannot even see your screen, sir.
Ah, Christabel, the same with you.
I
Yes,
see it
sir.
now. I can see it now, sir.
I can't see. I think it's because of my network.
Okay, so I was saying that for us to create a project, we use the Forge init to create a project. I believe we have been able to do that. All right, so that's what I did here. And then after creating the project, I told us that for us to make our code editable, all right, we have to install some extensions. All right, and then I said that we'll be installing uh Solidity extension. Can you hear me? So we said that we have the Solidity by Joan Blanco. We have the one of Normis Foundation. We have the one from Tinty Web. All right, these are popular um extensions. Okay. Now the one that I'm going to be using for this course, the one I'm using is the Solidity by Nomic Foundation. All right. So when we install this extension, our code, excuse me, sorry, it 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 translates our code into Solidity readable code. All right. So the compiler can interpret our our code as Solidity. All right. So the extension helps us with that. I'll say that after that we have to make a JSON setup So I click on Control Shift P. Then after I come to this, or you can search for open user settings. Okay. So you search for open user settings. All right. So you select the JSON, open user setting in bracket JSON. All right. Can you see hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So after that, all right. So this is the setup. A a blank page. Okay. So this is the setup I'm using, and so this setup comprises of the extension I'm using, and then making bash as my default terminal in my JSON setup. Okay. So this is the setup we are going to be using. I will send this to you. So in case you want to use any other extension other than this, okay, and then you know that this setup is going to be a little bit different, you understand, but you can always ask ChatGPT to guide you on how to do it.
Sir, please come over again.
I said that for you to get to this place, for you to set up your JSON setup, go to Control Shift P, click on Control Shift P, and then section Open User Settings. When you click on Open User Settings, and then it's going to route you to this page where you'll be having this JSON setup. So when you now this setup is customized to this extension, and also to make my terminal to be git bash by default. All right, so this is the setup, JSON setup for that. All right, I'm going to copy it and send it. Like I said earlier, if you have other preference, all right, should always can
Sir,
always
my
ask
own is not
ChatGPT
showing
for
like
it.
this. Oh.
Is that
My own is not showing like this.
what's your own showing?
It's not even showing any drawing itself. As I click that thing, it just show text editor, workbench, window.
What did you click? Sorry.
I press Control Shift P.
Yeah.
I think you should do open waiting.
Open user settings in bracket JSON.
Okay. It's just one code, 6 lines of code, like showing. Nothing again.
All right. So you want to change the settings this time. Like I said, I'm going to send it to us. I'm going to copy it
You just
and
have to copy it and paste it.
yeah, just copy it and paste it. Let me paste it here. I'll still paste it in the group. Yeah, excuse me.
So did you paste it as chat?
Yes, I pasted it to the chat.
Oh, okay. This is my new system. So you should copy it and paste it there.
Yeah, just copy it and paste it there.
All right. I have. But that place that you have non-IC foundation, my own is showing an error line. Oh.
Have you installed the extension?
No.
Go and install the extension now.
What's the name?
Go to Solidity.
When you were doing all this thing, your mouth was just moving. You were not saying anything.
Go to my this thing. You go to your extension and click on Solidity. You will see this guy here and make use of it.
My village people have take like.
All together. So this install the extension first before you put in the setup.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm having cough and catarrh.
Oh.
All right, so let me continue. Okay, so all right, we can create a new file in these projects. All right, we can create a new file in this project, using this make down and say new file. Okay, so I've created a new file in this particular project. Okay, and now if we want to navigate to this particular file, okay, so you can say cd new file. All right, and so we are inside this new file now. Okay, now if we want to work only inside this particular new file, all right, if we want to work only inside this particular new file and then want it to have an interface like this just for this new file, we can just click on code and dot. All right, and it's going to open to us a new window. All right, let me change my screen settings so that you can see what I'm doing. Now it has created a new window. All right, if you look at the top of this my window, you will see new file. Okay, now in this new file, I can now create I can now work on this file. Understand? I can now
Ah,
work on
come
this file.
again.
Let me close this window.
Mr. Samuel, please, can you come again?
I'm coming. I said want to work on this new file. Okay, we've created a new file. Understand? And then we use cd new file to enter into our new file. Like let's say that now, like now we are in this master now, and this TFM is our folder. Okay, and inside the folder we created a file inside that folder. Like each of these guys are folders. You understand? They're like folders that containers. All right, so we created a new container here. All right, so we want to work with this container. Understand? Like want to have an interface like this where we can everything we want to do in this particular file, we want to do it there. Understand? So what to do is that we can click on cd new file. It will navigate us to cd new file. Let's say for example we want to navigate to resource xrc. We can say cd src. All right, and it will carry us to src. All right, so now let's go back to this guy. um
What does the code full stop mean?
I'm coming. I'll show you. All right, so I say cd src, and as we are now inside this file src. You understand? Now when we click on space code space period, which is dots, and then we enter, it's going to create us a new window. You understand? It's going to create us a new window for our source file. Now you see that in our source file we have this smart contract here, which is in this place. You understand? Which is here. I don't know if you understand. Which is
No,
here already. Eh?
I don't understand.
We've created a new window. There are two windows now. This one, which is our Foundry TFM, as our mother directory that carries all these guys. Now we now have src. Excuse me. Which is this file, which is this src file, this source file. Now we've opened this source file in a new window, which is this one. You get it? Now if let's say for example I create a new call it new contracts. Let me use new contract for example. Okay, so I've created a file here called a direction here called new contract. If we come to our model here, you see that there is this new guy here called new contract. Okay, still the same thing. If I come here and delete it, all right, if I come here and delete it, if I go to this new window I've created, you see that it's no more, it's deleted. And the essence why we are doing this is so that we can focus on this particular file and work on the particular file. Are we together? So if you want to open your your test file, let's say you want to work on your test file, you can just open a new window for your test file so that everything is going to look neat and not bulky for you. But everything is going to be here. Everything you are working on this other side is going to be reflecting here. Still the same thing. It's just that you are opening it in this other side. You see that? Sure you get. Sure you understand. So if you open this particular file, if you open it in a new window, you get, you open it in a new window, it's going to be fresh like this and very, so you can now work on this. You can open as many files you want to open here. You can create as many files you want to create here, and as so on and so forth. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand? Are you guys been hearing me? Hmm? Can you hear me? All right.
Yes.
So that's it for setting up your foundry. That's it for creating new files, new directories, new folders, new projects, and so on and so forth. Okay. So what else? All right. So before I take question and end the session, if you go to your, we are going to be using um a local blockchain for our testing. All right. Now, if you go to your in our remis remis.ide. All right. So let me just open this our for me contract. Okay. Now, if you come to our contract and let's say we save, compare. All right. This is how you compare in remis. So in Forge, you use Forge build to compile. All right. So use Forge build to compile. So you see that we are compiling this contract. All right. So we use Forge build to install, to sorry, I say install, to compile. So we have compiled this contract successfully. All right. That is how we compile. Unlike here, where we can just press our control S to compile. So that's it to compile. All right. Now, when we have to deploy to a smart contract, to a blockchain. Now, let me show us something. So if you come to this particular place, you will see that there is a share here. All right, you see that we have Remis gave us some wallets to use. Okay, Remis gave us some wallets to use to deploy. And let's say, for example, you want to deploy to using your MetaMask. All right, so let's go to Jetty provider. Okay, so let me. Okay, so we're not going to deploy this particular contract, but I want us to show us something. Now you see that this smart contract is being deployed using from account one. All right, and we are using our Sepolia testnet as our network. Okay, Sepolia testnet is the network where we are using to deploy. Okay, so let me open our MetaMask. All right, so if you come to, this is the local host we are using. So this is the test net we are using. All right, you can actually use this particular test environment is also built inside um uh our foundry. Okay, we also have, before now, I think the last, some like last year, the environment I was using for tests was Ganache. Okay, Ganache was a test environment. All right, so you don't have to download it. Let me see if I can show it to us.
So the extension you downloaded for that dating, is it just only one?
You said what?
The extensions you downloaded, was it just only that one or there are two? Because when I downloaded that first one, the first error clear, but the errors are two.
I downloaded two extensions. I downloaded one for Solidity. I downloaded one for Tomo. This
Please,
file.
what's the name of the second one?
Just click on Tomo. Come here and click on. You are dragging me backward.
Um,
So you see the first one, ever better Tomo. So install it and be able to use your Tomo very well. Okay, so as I was saying, so this Ganache is a
who's that?
test experiment. Okay, please mute your mic. So this a test environment. All right, I'll just use this quick start so that um so this sounds like a local blockchain. All right. So this sounds like a local blockchain. All right, so that you can actually test your projects. But you don't have to install this because the website has been outdated. All right, so you don't have to do you don't have to make use of Ganache. Anything you can do with Ganache, you can do it inside um, VS Code using Foundry. All right. So I just wanted to show us the interface and show us how it looks. But while it's trying to tell us that it doesn't want to see us or want us to see space. Let me just show you around. Um, show you something else. Okay, so when you come to settings, okay. All right, and so you come to network. Sorry, network. Okay, so you see the test nets that we are having on our MetaMask. All right, so we have the Sepolia test nets, we have the linear Sepolia test nets, all right, which is not active, all right, but Sepolia testnet is very active. All right, so this is the setup for the Sepolia testnet. Okay, you can manually add a testnet to your network. Sorry, you can manually add network to your MetaMask. All right, so this is, you look downward here, you see add network manually. All right, so if you click on it, you will see the network name, the new RPS, URL, chain ID, currency symbol, and block explorer URL of journal. All right, so this is how to add a new network. All right, so we are going to be adding a new network. Okay, let me check if this young man has opened. Okay, so this is the interface of Ganache. All right, like I said, you don't have to install Ganache. You don't need to install Ganache. You should, in fact, you shouldn't install Ganache. All right, so now this an example of a local blockchain. All right, it has different different accounts. All right, it has different accounts, it has blocks, transactions, contracts, events, logs, and the rest of the rest of the rest and the rest and the rest and the rest of it. All right, so it has the characteristics of a real blockchain. Okay, it has the characteristics of a real blockchain. Now, um, Forge Foundry, sorry, has something like this to help developers to test their code. All right, so if you come to your terminal and just type Anvil. Okay, so it's going to show us. Let me extend this guys so that we can see very well. All right, so this Anvil, all right, and he has given us 10 wallets, and each of this wallet contains 10,000 ETH. All right, test wallet, 10,000 ETH. Okay, different wallets. All right, and each of them has different private keys. Okay, it even has mnemonics. Okay, and a derivative part. All right, see the chain ID, the base fee, gas limits, and all that, 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 and all that. All right, so this is the same thing as having this. You get, so you don't need to download Ganache. Okay, you can run your test inside um your VS Code. All right, but there's something you have to add Anvil, your local host network, into on your MetaMask. Okay, you have to add it to your MetaMask so that you'll be able to test. You'll be able to test your project the same way you you do it here on remis.ide. All together. Sure, you understand. All right. So, any question before I move on?
So what's the difference between, I already type it on ChatGPT, but let me still ask. What's the difference between a directory you create with make directory and the one you create with forged in it?
One is a file, the other is a folder. Like one is created inside the other. So if you type forge unit, you are creating a new project, and that project contains everything you are seeing here. All right. So when you use the um make directory, the mkdir, understand, you're just creating a file inside the project you've created already. Okay. So that one is just to create a file. As long as there's a folder, as long as you're inside the directory, it creates a folder, a file, or should I say folder now? It creates a folder inside the directory. While the forge unit creates a project, creates the project itself that comes up with all these guys.
Okay. Second, what's the name of the second extension?
Toml, TOML.
Which one is it in all these things that came out now? The first one.
This one. Sorry, let me open it so you see. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the one this is second extension.
And secondly, when I did that code stuff, that I don't what okay, code dot, right?
Uh,
The new file you open, it was like separate from this first one.
yeah,
Like,
like you're not opening a separate this thing file. You're just opening that particular file. It just, let's say for example, you are on your browser. Okay, let me use this one. On your browser, you want to you are opening different pages. Okay, so let's say you are in a blog, and the blog has different, let's say has 6 news, all right, 6 posts. Okay, and so you said you don't want to be opening this post and going back, opening this post and going back. You want to open the 3 posts at the same time. Understand, for research purpose. So what you're doing is that you right click and open the first post in a different tab, abi?
yeah,
And then open the second post in a different tab,
yeah.
and open the third post in a different tab, so that the three posts are open together.
Mm.
Exactly. So that's how you enter that particular post, but you are opening it in a different window. You're opening this particular one in a different window. You can do that. You can open like, so that you can actually work on this particular file or this particular folder, you understand, without leaving the previous one. I don't know if you understand.
I'm trying to understand. But don't worry, Sha.
But don't that's what I was about to tell you. Don't worry. As you make use of it, you get to understand it. Any question? I said that classes will be very, very short, so I'm trying my best to make it very short so that every class will solve a particular problem, and then everybody understands that particular problem solved, and then we'll move on to the next one. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. So by next class, if you when I'm opening a project, when I'm creating a project, when I'm creating a file, when I'm bringing a file, when I'm opening a new window, you will not be confused. All right. So next class, we will not be talking about setup. We'll be talking about writing other things. We'll be talking about other technical things. All together.
Yeah.
All right. Any question?
No.
How many of us are with our laptops?
I am.
Just raise your hand. Mute your mic and raise your hand. Okay. So how many of us actually did what we did today on our laptop? All right, beautiful. So for those of
But
us that
Mr. Samuel, but that second error is not going out. I've installed the Toml.
I didn't get you, sorry. I didn't get you. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes.
What did you say?
I, I said that I've installed that second Toml, but the error is not going out.
We run the JSON setup again. Have you done that? Huh? Have you done that?
Let me do it again. Mm, yes, I have.
You still having error? I can't hear you. Are you still having error?
Yes. Did I share my screen?
Share your screen.
Can you see it?
I'm coming. Sorry, excuse me. We are waiting for you.
I am asking you whether I seen it. Now you say you are coming. I'm saying I'm waiting for. See it here. Can you see it?
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, see that thing I was telling you. Your own is the two of them are in one window but different tab. But see my own open two places.
You're the one that opened that other window now. You clicked on this code dot and then it opened for you. It opened another place for you.
Is that what you did?
That's it now. You are saying that it opened a new in two places. Are you confused?
Your own did you not open that second one? You open it somewhere here now.
No, 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 no. It did not open there. It opened in a new window altogether. I didn't say it's
Okay.
going to open a new file. I said it's going to open a new window.
Okay.
And your JSON setup is not flagging error.
Which one? This one.
It's not flagging error now.
See this thing under it now. Your own is not like that.
You don't know what's an error. There's a difference between error and warning.
But your own is not showing warning now.
S- Save it, save it. Let me see. Click on Control S.
I'll save it.
If your Git bash is working very well, if your stores here they are working, have you tried to compile? If your compilation is working, if you can compile, if you can do it, no problem. Your JSON setups is okay.
This was the command to compile.
Push build. What are you compiling? Sorry. Is there any project there you're compiling?
Eh?
Is there any project there you're compiling?
That
If
one
it
we
compiles,
created now.
if it compiles very well, okay, you don't have any problem to, you don't have any issue. All right, so it's not going to flag error. You understand? It's not going to flag error. It's going to compile.
Don't
So
worry
your
now.
JSON is
Next class will probably. Or I prefer one next class.
all right. So any other question?
That
Any other question? I don't know why you are laughing. Oh. All right. So in our next class, we are going to be doing something. We're going to be learning more. All right. So we'll bring in our simple storage contract and we'll start working on it bit by bit. Okay. Test it. We'll, we'll add networks to MetaMask and all that and all that and all that and all that. In the bid to try to make this class as short as possible, all right, we are going to take a bow. And please, in our next class, let's come out very early. All right. So that we start early and finish, we can do a lot in a short period of time. Thank you very much. All right, please, whatever we've done tonight, just go back and
it
look
is
at it again.
compiled though.
No problem. That means your JSON is working very fine and you are good to go. All right, guys. Good night. Thank you. 6 p.m. should be your 6 p.m. If you are late, 5 minutes pass. And by exactly 5 minutes pass, I'll start recording. I'll start my class. All right. So Just have a good night rest. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you very much.
Good night, sir.